All right, so let's dive into something that I know is a pretty big question, a
Hmm.
huge question for a lot of you right now.
Yeah.
Is college even worth it in 2024?
Yeah.
You know, you sent over this really thought-provoking piece from Comedic Minds,
Right.
and honestly, it's got me thinking about this whole college versus workforce thing in a new light.
Yeah. It really does lay out both sides of the argument really well.
Yeah.
From,
Mm-hmm.
the financial realities to the broader impact on your career and even life outside of work.
Totally. So, okay, the article opens with this pretty mind-blowing stat.
Right.
Folks with a bachelor's degree are making, like,
Right.
raking in over $524 more per week than those with just a high school diploma.
Right.
I mean, over time, that
Yeah.
that really adds up.
That's huge.
Yeah, right.
It's a powerful argument for that long-term financial gain.
It is.
You're right.
Yeah.
But of course, the article doesn't shy away from the flip side of that either.
Right.
Student debt. The average of nearly $30,000 hanging over a new grad's head
Yeah.
is a pretty sobering reality check.
Absolutely. And they even shared this personal story that really stuck with me.
I remember that.
Someone who graduated with what seemed like a manageable
Yeah.
$10,000 in debt,
Yeah.
only to get hit with a layoff
Ah.
during a recession.
Oof, yeah.
And they ended up relying on credit cards just to get by.
Wow.
It's a real reminder that a degree isn't a foolproof shield against financial hardship.
It's not a golden ticket, right?
No.
It really highlights the importance of not just thinking about, your degree, but also about
Yeah.
having a solid financial plan even before you graduate.
Right.
Knowing how to budget and save and maybe even exploring options like income-driven repayment plans
Yeah.
or loan forgiveness programs can make a huge difference.
Totally. And that story also made me think about how debt might influence someone's career choices.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're already starting out in the hole,
Yeah.
are you more likely to play it safe or go for a riskier but potentially higher paying path?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weight of that debt could definitely impact someone's entrepreneurial spirit
Yeah.
or their willingness to, say, take a lower paying job in a field they're really passionate about.
Yeah. I mean, so while the article highlights those big potential earnings with a degree,
Hmm.
it also paints a realistic picture of the financial challenges.
Yeah.
So what about the actual job opportunities out there?
Well, some industries like healthcare,
Oh, yeah.
tech, and engineering are still pretty much degree-centric.
Mhm.
It's hard to even get a foot in the door without those credentials.
Yeah, but here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The article points to this massive boom in the skilled trades. We're
Mhm.
talking plumbing, electrical work,
Oh.
construction, things that are always going to be in demand.
Always needed.
And get this, McKinsey predicts hiring in these fields is going to outpace other job growth by a whopping 20 times
Wow.
in the next decade.
That's huge.
That's insane.
That's a significant shift.
Yeah,
And it really challenges the traditional narrative that a 4-year degree is the only path to
exactly.
a stable, well-paying career.
Yeah.
It opens up a whole world of options for people who are more hands-on or prefer a different learning style.
Totally, and I think that ties into the whole alternative education scene too.
Right.
Coding boot camps, online certifications.
Yeah.
They offer ways to gain in-demand skills
Hmm.
without the traditional college route.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, like the article mentions,
Yes.
it's crucial to be cautious of predatory programs
Or yeah,
that promise the moon but don't deliver.
for sure.
Doing thorough research and checking reviews before committing to any program is essential.
Absolutely. That's where financial literacy comes in again, right?
Right.
You need to be able to evaluate the potential return on investment for these alternative paths, just like you would with a college degree.
Exactly. Thinking about it like an investment can really help.
Yeah.
You're putting in time and money.
Mhm.
So what kind of return can you realistically expect in
Right.
terms of job opportunities and salary?
Now, speaking of jobs, the article also touched on how companies are stepping up when it comes to employee development.
Yeah.
They listed things like skill development programs, certification reimbursements,
Mhm.
and even tuition assistance.
That's right.
It's pretty cool.
It's fascinating how companies are realizing that investing in their employees
Yeah,
not only benefits the individual,
Yeah.
but also boosts their own bottom line.
exactly.
They're creating a more skilled and adaptable workforce that can handle the constantly evolving job market.
Yeah, so it's not just about getting that initial job, it's about having a path for growth within a company.
Absolutely. And that ties into something else the article emphasized.
Okay.
The value of college goes beyond just earning power.
You mean the whole personal and social growth aspect.
Right, college can be a transformative period where you develop critical thinking skills, problem-solving abilities, and learn to navigate complex social situations. Plus, there are those invaluable connections and friendships, some of which can last a lifetime.
It's like that saying, college is where you find yourself.
Yeah.
Or at least figure out who you're not.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But it's important to acknowledge, as the article does,
Mhm.
that with rising costs, college isn't always the guaranteed path to upward mobility it once was.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
The article highlights that it's not as simple as go to college, get a good job, live happily ever after.
Right. It's not a fairy tale.
Right.
And it raises questions about access and affordability.
Yeah.
Is a college education becoming more of a privilege than a right? It's something to really ponder.
It is, but even with all this talk of costs and challenges,
Yeah.
it's hard to ignore those stories of college dropout millionaires, right?
No, right.
The Zuckerbergs, the Gates, the Jobs.
They're ever...
They make it seem like a degree isn't even necessary.
Right, like you don't even need it. The stories definitely grab the headlines.
Uh,
But I appreciate how the article debunks that myth.
mm-hmm.
It points out that those are extreme exceptions,
Right.
not the rule.
Yes.
In reality, a whopping 88% of U.S. millionaires actually have a degree.
Wow.
So,
That stat really puts things in perspective.
yeah.
A degree might not be a guaranteed ticket to riches,
Right.
but it definitely seems to tilt the odds in your favor.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
College often provides you with the knowledge, skills, and connections that can be incredibly valuable, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder or starting your own business.
Totally. But like we were saying before, becoming a millionaire without a degree,
Right.
it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
The article even mentioned a few examples
Yeah.
of folks who made it big through entrepreneurship
Yeah.
or the skilled trades.
Absolutely.
But it's worth noting,
Yeah.
those paths often come with a higher level of risk.
Oh, for sure.
Starting a business can be incredibly demanding
Yeah.
and unpredictable, right?
Right.
And some skilled trades involve
Yeah.
really physically challenging work.
For sure.
It's a different kind of gamble
You can-
than taking on student loans.
Totally different, yeah.
So with all this information swirling around,
Right.
what does it actually mean
Yeah.
for someone like you listening in, trying to make this huge decision?
I think the article's conclusion is spot on.
Okay,
There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
right.
The best path really depends on your individual goals, your personal circumstances,
Yeah.
and your comfort level with risk.
Yeah, I love that it doesn't try to give some oversimplified solution.
It's
It really
right.
pushes you to do your own research,
Yeah.
weigh the pros and cons, and figure out what aligns with your own ambitions.
And speaking of ambitions,
Okay.
the article focuses heavily on financial success.
Right.
Which makes sense given the topic.
Yeah.
But there's another layer here
Okay.
that I think is worth digging into.
All right. I'm listening.
The idea of personal fulfillment.
You mean finding a career that actually makes you happy,
Exactly.
not just one that pays the bills.
Not just pays the bills.
Right.
The article kind of leaves us hanging with that question,
It does.
but it's something that really resonates with me.
Yeah.
Can you achieve financial security and pursue work that gives you a sense of purpose and joy?
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
It's not just about the size of your paycheck.
Right.
It's about finding a path that feels meaningful and lets you use your talents to contribute to the world.
And sometimes that means taking a less traditional route.
Okay.
Maybe going for that degree in a field you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the highest paying.
Right.
Or diving into a skilled trade that allows you to create something tangible and useful with your hands.
Or maybe it's even a combination of both.
Oh, yeah.
The lines are blurring
They are.
between traditional education and alternative paths.
Totally.
You could get a degree A&D, learn a trade,
Yeah,
or maybe stack up certifications to build a unique skill set.
exactly.
It's kind of exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It really is. It's a
Right.
really key takeaway.
Yeah.
The future of work is all about adaptability and lifelong learning.
Yeah.
It's not just about what, NLW.
Right.
It's about being willing to evolve,
Yes.
pick up new skills,
Mhm.
and embrace change.
So to sum it all up,
Yeah.
the decision of whether or not to go to college in 2024
Right.
is a complex one.
It is a complex one.
It's deeply personal,
Absolutely.
and there's no magic formula to follow.
Nope. No magic formula.
But that's also what makes it so fascinating.
I think so.
You have the power to create your own path.
You do?
And resources like this article from Comedic Minds
Yes.
can help you navigate the landscape and make informed choices that truly align with your values and aspirations.
Yeah. Speaking of the article,
Okay.
one thing that stuck with me
Yeah.
was that story about the person who graduated with debt
Right.
and then really struggled after getting laid off.
Yeah. It shows how even with a college degree, life can throw you curveballs.
Oh, yeah. Life is unpredictable.
Right.
It's a powerful reminder that no matter what path you choose,
Yeah.
having strong financial literacy skills is essential.
It really is.
Knowing how to budget, save,
Mm-hmm.
and manage your money wisely
Yes.
can help you navigate those unexpected challenges
Right.
and ultimately achieve your goals.
And those are skills you can start developing right now,
Absolutely.
whether you're heading off to college or jumping right into the workforce.
Doesn't matter what path you're on.
Yeah.
Being proactive about your finances can make a world of difference.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here today.
We have.
We talked about the potential financial benefits of a college degree,
Yeah.
but also the reality of student debt.
The downsides.
Right.
We explored the booming opportunities in the skilled trades, the rise of alternative education, and how important lifelong learning is in this constantly evolving job market.
Yes. We even dug into those non-financial aspects of college,
Right.
the personal growth,
Mm-hmm.
social mobility,
Yeah.
and community impact that can come with it.
Absolutely. And maybe most importantly, we've
Yeah.
encouraged you, our listener, to think critically about what success truly means to you,
Yeah.
and to choose a path that lines up with your own values, passions, and aspirations.
But before we wrap things up, I have one more thought-provoking question for you.
Right.
Building on that final point the article made
All
about
right.
personal fulfillment.
I'm intrigued. What is it?
So the article mentions how college grads are more likely to be involved in things like civic engagement, volunteering, and philanthropy. So it got me thinking, could pursuing a path
Right.
that lets you give back to your community actually lead to like a different kind of wealth? Like a wealth of purpose and fulfillment,
That's a brilliant point.
you know?
Yeah, it really challenges us to broaden our definition of success
Yeah.
beyond just the financial side of things. What if true wealth includes not only money,
Right.
but also the positive impact we have on the world around us?
Exactly. Maybe it's about finding a career where you can use your skills and knowledge to make a real difference,
Yeah.
whether it's in your local community or on a global scale.
And perhaps that sense of purpose and contribution
Yeah.
leads to a deeper level of satisfaction and happiness,
Oh.
which, let's be honest, is something money can't buy.
No, it can't.
Yeah.
So as you're weighing your options and figuring out your next steps,
Yeah.
I think it's worth asking yourself this question.
Okay.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What impact do you want to have on the world?
Because ultimately the most fulfilling path is often the one that
Yeah.
aligns with your values and allows you to use your unique talents, right, to contribute to something bigger than yourself.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive
Wow.
into this big question of whether to go to college in 2024.
It's a big one.
We've explored a lot of different angles
We have?
and perspectives,
Really?
and hopefully giving you some food for thought
Yeah.
as you navigate this important decision.
Absolutely.
Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here.
That's right.
It's all about finding the path
Yeah.
that feels right for you.
For you.
So do your research,
Yeah.
trust your gut, and go after your dreams, whatever they may be.
Absolutely. And please keep those amazing questions coming.
Yes.
We love diving into these complex topics with you and helping you make sense of this ever-changing world we live in.
Until next time,
Yes.
keep those minds curious and keep
Raw.
diving deep.
Keep diving.